5 septembre 2019, 19h, après avoir rendu compte de la situation, Emem, Leysha et Galeb se mettent à nouveau à la disposition du prince. Donc là, cette fois-ci, on a gagné pas mal de points. On va pouvoir ventiler un peu partout. Points. Ça commence à coûter cher, hein, les points. On va faire ça.
So the prince wasn't too disappointed?
She didn't express her gratitude, at any rate.
With you, she must not be used to failure. The others were pretty surprised, in fact.
Were they?
Some of them think you're not as motivated as you used to be. They think you're tired. They're wrong, aren't they?
Doubting me should not become a habit, Feng. I shouldn't have to reassure you.
Unfortunately, I'm not the one who needs to be reassured. You didn't tell me what was in those files you gave the prince.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
To make up your own mind about something, the best way is to go to the source. And apparently, Jason Moore is well informed.
I see. You'll have to be patient, Feng.
Do you think that this setback will be an issue for our plans to...
A favor from the prince wouldn't have hurt. But it's not the be-all, end-all in determining your fate. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I just want to get it over with. Like when you're going into finals.
Even if there's no going back?
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
It is.
Your child, BEREL Underwood, did he have any second thoughts?
I don't want to discuss it.
He's your only child, so I wondered how it went. Well, could you enlighten me?
BEREL is very different from you. He always has been. I was blind. It won't happen again. BEREL would have begged me to get what he wanted. Your patience reassures me. I'm making the right choice with you.
You seem to really have a problem with him.
Yes, and that's why you must stay away from him.
This separation between you, what caused it?
Don't dig too far into it. You know this is something I don't discuss.
That's too bad.
Alors, elle s'intéresse de trop à BRL. Je suis assez d'accord. Aïe. I guess. Bon, on a de la chance.
I'm not one to beat around the bush, especially on a matter like this. So either be frank with me, or be silent.
I'm sorry, it's just that it's not easy for me.
I'm listening.
BEREL asked me to come by and see him.
Did you?
I didn't think anything bad could happen. I actually thought that...
You ignored what I told you. Don't ever do that again. What did he want with you?
Nothing in particular. He wanted to get to know me. He told me about Seattle, the Camarilla. He was just being nice, that's all.
BEREL isn't nice. He's dangerous. I'm going to have a word with him.
But...
Wait here.
Ça va chier. Allez parler à BEREL dans ses appartements.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Ortiz.
Allez parler à BRL. Tiens, faire un petit goûter. On va checker les deux zones sur... Ah.
A message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose.
Ah, je
Help
déteste
Caius
ça.
or speak with Beryl.
Prenez une décision. Prenez l'ascenseur pour répondre à Titus.
I've seen princes come and go. In the end, it always comes down to a struggle for power between the prince and their primogen. Hazel is strong, but will she last much longer?
Galeb, I was wondering when I'd run into you.
Victoria, what a surprise. I didn't know you had decided to walk among us.
I'm always where you'd least expect me. It feels like I've been away for ages. Boston has changed so much. The only thing that hasn't changed is your steadfast presence at court.
Is that a problem?
You know it's not. I'm just surprised, that's all. There's a whole world outside this city, you know?
I'll serve our family as long as it needs me.
You are a reassuring presence. I must admit I was a bit surprised not to find Quentin King in charge.
Quentin gave in to the beckoning 4 years ago. Ms. Iverson runs Boston now.
How droll. I never thought King would give up his precious crown. He was so attached to it. Iverson is lucky she can count on your loyalty. You're a valuable resource, Galeb, especially in times like these.
I'm only doing my duty.
Ever the cheerful one.
So many elders are gone, and yet, here you are. How is it possible?
Because I want to, that's all. I enjoy my existence. Why give it up?
But you must also feel that force. The insistent calling, night after night.
Yes, but unlike so many others, I have a reason to resist. Don't you?
I still have some ties that keep me here. I won't leave without having one more child.
You're sure taking your time.
I'm waiting for the prince's blessing. It shouldn't be long now. Feng will be embraced soon.
Feng! Oh yes, I see. She seems charming, spirited even. You have a knack for finding true gems. I remember your sire, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I didn't see him at court. I remember he was very popular back in the day.
He left with all the others.
Oh.
Est-ce que ça vaut le coup?
I know the two of you were very close. His absence must have left quite the void.
The first few years were hard. I had a lot of respect for the man. His departure was like a betrayal to me. He left me alone, in charge of a city without a prince, surrounded by neonates. It was unfair.
I understand. You deserve better than that.
Not just me. The whole court fell apart when the Anceli disappeared one by one. Building it back up was an ordeal.
But you did it, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished.
Pride is for the ambitious. I'm just doing my duty.
As always.
You seem to have met Feng.
We had the chance to talk last night. She was pacing the floor while you were gone.
I told her to keep quiet.
And she did. She's a smart, young woman of great consequence. You shouldn't treat her like a child.
She's still young and naive. This is the first time she's
Alors,
come with
j'ai
me to
l'impression d'avoir la
court.
discussion que je dois avoir.
Really? Well, she's doing very well for a beginner. You should be proud of your apprentice, Galeb. She knows how to behave. I've known children who were less well-mannered.
Your own.
I embraced some pretty strong personalities. I know how hard it is to let go.
I'm not overprotective of her, if that's what you mean.
That's not the impression
C'est
you
une
get
légère
off.
tension hein, quand même entre
I
eux.
hope you're able to find a balance, or you'll both suffer.
I hadn't heard you were coming to Boston.
Indeed. I wouldn't be stuck in this tower if I hadn't gotten wind of your arrangement with Hartford.
Well, isn't that a shame?
It's not been a complete waste. I met your prince, and I got to see a few old friends. I just hope it's not at the cost of my unlife.
You don't seem to be hurt. I take it you weren't at the party last night.
Heavens no. I was in your prince's personal suite. We hadn't even left yet when the Code Red was initiated.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed. When I think that the Second Inquisition's butchers were lying in wait, I'd shiver. If I could.
My obligations to Hazel kept me away from the court last night. Did I miss anything important?
No, nothing much. I ran into BEREL. He was with your charming little protege.
I don't like the sound of that. Did you hear their conversation?
That would have been very impolite of me.
Dommage. Ouais, là, je boxe pas dans la bonne catégorie.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Galeb.
It's locked from the inside.
C'est BRL, alors je vais le voir ou je vais les...
Galeb, by all means, make yourself right at home. You? Here? How extraordinarily rare. To what do I owe the honor?
Enough, Beryl. Did you speak with Feng?
I'm not one to keep an eye on the comings and goings of your retainers.
Did you speak to her?
So much fuss about nothing.
You know very well what she is to me, and what she'll be soon.
If the prince authorizes it,
It's only a matter of time.
I sincerely hope so. I ran into her recently, it's true, but we hardly said a word to one another.
Stop it right now. I know you saw Feng. Right here. I already told you not to speak to her again.
Come again?
Don't try to deny it. You spoke to her.
Fine, she came here. I don't see what the problem is.
What exactly is driving you?
Unlike you, I don't try to control the lives of those around me. Feng still enjoys a certain degree of freedom, doesn't she, to choose whom she sees? We ran into each other by accident, and we didn't speak for long.
C'est moi qui décide. Non. Non plus.
I spoke with her. She told me that you summoned her.
Summoned? Please be serious. I don't summon people.
No, that's not your style.
I did ask her to stop by. There was no obligation. None whatsoever. And I don't think she regretted our meeting at all. I really don't see the harm in it.
It's not your business to understand.
I'd really like to, though. I just wanted to give her some advice. To help guide her through this brave, dangerous new world. When it comes to that, I don't think you're doing enough. Am I mistaken?
You needn't worry. She's been introduced to everyone. I don't intend to leave her defenseless among the drooling predators skulking in the corners. And she might just surprise you.
I'm sure she will.
She's worth far more than your estimations.
Is she worth more than me?
Are you sure you want an answer to that?
All right, all right.
Bien.
I never took you for the fatherly sort. But I guess anyone at any age is vulnerable to the winds of change. Your concern for Feng is to your credit. It really is. However, I can't help making comparisons with my own past experiences.
You shouldn't.
It was long ago, I admit. But I'm still your only child.
You're jealous.
I'm not jealous. Although I do regret the unfortunate turn our relationship has taken.
Putain, 44%, c'est pas élevé, hein.
I'm worried about Feng, honestly. You would worry too if you were in my shoes. I just want to make sure she doesn't go through the same thing I did. The crushing weight of disappointment, the distance, the disdain.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake with you.
A mistake? What, pray tell, did you ever do to make things go awry? You dropped me in a hornet's nest and left me to dodge the stings. I've been nothing but alone from the very start. You gave up, Galeb. And did you ever once consider fixing your mistake?
That's why I'm doing things differently with Feng. I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Ah, such eloquence, which never ceases to surprise me. You've always wielded words with such deadly skill. But there is one small detail it seems you have forgotten. You won't be there for her much longer.
What?
Think about it. You're the oldest person in this city now. It gnaws at you like it does all the elders. You can feel it inside you, and it will grow and grow until you finally give in. How long do you think it will be before you leave too?
Tu peux le battre, mais c'est la dernière phrase que j'aimerais gagner.
You feel the beckoning too. You're not much younger than I am. But you're far weaker. I'll be able to resist as long as it takes to finish my work here. But will you?
I don't know.
That's the difference between you and I. I don't doubt. I will stay.
If I understand you right, and I think I do, we're of the same mind. With a few minor differences.
Is that so?
We both want what's best for Feng. So then why can't I see her?
You are my progeny, my only child, and I'm here to ask you one very simple thing. Think of it as a favor if you want.
But you don't see that I think I'd be doing you a disfavor. Feng needs to talk, and your only child is a precious resource, don't you think?
Ah, putain.
It's quite simple. Either you do what I say, or I'll take more radical measures.
There's no need for that. I'm sure we can find common ground.
You don't come near Feng again, and I won't tear you
Je
limb
crois que le message il est clair. Hein.
I was thinking of something a little more...
It's non-negotiable.
I see. I'll have to settle for that.
You'd better.
I just wanted to make sure she knew what she was doing here. I didn't think you'd react like this.
You didn't think I'd find out.
Don't turn this into a witch trial. If I've acted badly, it was with good intentions. But I've heard your message loud and clear.
Si on réussit.
I'll bear it in mind.
Just keep your distance,
sans mal, hein.
and everything will be fine.
Yes, you've made yourself very clear.
Il a quand même un peu de mal à comprendre. Hein. Il a fallu pousser fort.
One more thing. A little bird told me about your operations in South America.
Oui, c'est vraiment
My dear
plein de
sire,
choses.
for someone I thought had no interest in business, you're remarkably well informed.
Nothing can stay hidden from the court forever.
Where's the harm in it?
Your actions have consequences for the Camarilla that you haven't considered. You could endanger the Masquerade. Don't you think you should speak to the prince about it?
I don't see how my personal business concerns her. She's already having enough trouble getting us out of this mess she's dragged us into.
You hold her responsible for this?
She's in charge, isn't she? She hosted the party. It's only natural to hold her accountable, isn't it?
If the court were to hear what you just
Oui, c'est
said...
ce que j'étais en train de penser. Hein.
Do you really think I'm the only one who thinks this?
You'd best be going.
I wasn't planning on staying. Be sure of that.
It's been a pleasure.
Pas
Please
partagé.
excuse me if I don't see you out.
Putain, c'est chaud hein, avec lui.
I hope he understood this time. He won't get another warning.
Galeb.
Et merde.
Caius again. They locked it down. Too late to go see him. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even BEREL is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him. I heard you were doing business with him.
It's something to do with the Rosemont Society, my foundation. Why?
I see.
All I can tell you is that BEREL's really the one who is in charge of it. Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I'm planning to make up for it with Feng.
Oh, so that's why you've become attached to that girl.
I'm not attached to her. She's an asset for the Camarilla.
and a necessary balance to temper Berel's wicked games.
Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time, otherwise they end up making a mess of things.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Emem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace FENG?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course. I don't like being cooped up here.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Galeb.
My prince.
C'est moi.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What?
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
Est-ce que ça serait BRL? Là j'avoue c'est pas facile hein.
Our enemies are everywhere. They're not just kindred.
No, the kind have no knowledge of our business. It's someone with diverging interests from our own. Someone on the inside.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Did you read Jara Drory's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this, Katapotis. What on earth is it?
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
But she's not here to shed any light on it.
I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delson was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
Sending me there. That seems to be a rather bold choice.
I don't see anyone better for the job.
Infiltration isn't really my specialty.
You'll be dealing with Kine. You'll be a fox in a henhouse. I'm not worried about you. And Delson knows how to get you in.
Oh, that changes everything.
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Ça sera notre petite
Who is my
mission
target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
Ça me plaît.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Galeb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
Terminé avec lui. Bon, déjà, il n'y a pas d'échec. Alors, vous avez décidé de confronter votre infant BEREL, Underwood, à propos de son intérêt inapproprié pour la jeune FENG. Vous avez réussi à le convaincre. D'y repenser à 2 fois avant de s'approcher d'elle. Bonus, force d'âme. Alternative, vous auriez pu aider Caius à découvrir les secrets de l'un des membres du primogène de Boston. Ah ah. Vous auriez pu questionner le garde du corps de Jason Moore dans la salle d'interrogatoire de la cour. Ah. Alors c'est dommage parce qu'on n'avait pas... on n'avait pas entendu parler de lui. Sinon, j'aurais peut-être poussé l'exploration. Dommage. Emem. On va glaner quelques points. Qu'est-ce qu'on va améliorer? Comment ça coûtait cher, hein? Ah ah, ils se croisent. Ah non, pas le droit de se balader dans les couloirs.
I'm guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
Quelle abrège. Peut-être pas lui dire ça. Hein.
Your wish is my command.
I always knew I could count on you. You're a true ally, a loyal one, a future asset in my primogen. But one thing at a time. Before we get there, I have another favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them, from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford. We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, Emem. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll
Je comprends
corrupt
pas l'idée.
all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
Virus informatique.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Donc on va être plusieurs à être envoyés là-haut.
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see. Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not
Chacun
possible.
aura sa mission.
We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it. So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
Carrément.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us, let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city.
Risqué, hein?
They're just as concerned as we are.
Send someone else to negotiate. A real emissary.
No one else knows the Anarchs as well as you do.
Oui, puis comme ça, ils pourront toujours
They go
nier ce
to
que
your
j'ai demandé.
clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah.
Ça pue cette partie du plan.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered. It's despicable.
It's just politics. And it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla. Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their
BLEUS.
Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, Emem.
Ça pourra nier ce qu'on a
Be
fait si ça
careful,
dégénère.
and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Ça sent pas bon. Parler à la cour, rendez-vous, c'est les Anarches de Boston.
Emem, there you are.
Ah!
I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
Don't apologize. I missed you, McAndrews. The Jefferson Library, it was hell. I really thought I wasn't gonna make it, that I wouldn't see you again.
Excuse me?
That's all that inspires in you?
You haven't spoken to me like that since our breakup. I'm just a little surprised.
What are you talking about? We never...
Broke up? It's been 30 years, Emem.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
Space.
Come on, tell me what's going on.
The Warlocks. I knew their library would leave a mark. They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
None whatsoever. I really thought that I mean, you know.
There's a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
More or less.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
When I was there, with the Tremere, I saw things, glimpses of the past. It was like, 'I' was reliving certain episodes of my past. 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 ' I guess that's what Osborne meant when he told me about the memories.
What exactly did you see?
I saw my attack with the Knights. I need to know. What happened after that? Did they pay for what they did to me?
It's a long story, Mem. And it's not really a happy one.
That's all the more reason. I want to know what happened. It's my memory, not some game.
Exactly. I don't want to see you suffer again. I won't allow it.
But it's not your choice. It's not you we're talking about, it's me. I can't just sit here not knowing.
I won't tell you a thing.
Hilda, please.
I said no. There's no point in insisting.
Fine. Whatever you want.
Bah ouais, ça va s'arrêter là.
That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how upsetting it must have been.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Emem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
C'est que dans un sens,
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Fine.
Compliqué, hein, la communication.
I'll just make your life miserable until you spill the beans.
Seriously?
You know how stubborn I can be when I want something.
Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
Donc partez de la cour rendez-vous pour Boston, continuez à explorer les lieux. Ah, pourquoi il nous l'enlève? Avant de partir, prenez l'ascenseur du bureau d'après le Chez pour aller dans les appartements du prince. Ah, risqué ça. À un moment donné, on a vu un trait popé, c'était ça. Même mort, les descendants ont parfois besoin de partager des souvenirs qui leur rongent. Ils rongent pour se soulager. Emem pourra plus facilement échanger avec ses semblables. Putain la vache. Alors suspicion. Alors j'ai pas compris à quel moment ça a augmenté ça. Bizarre.
Don't even think about it.
I wasn't going to.
Oh merde. Ah si, j'en avais une attention.
Don't
mais...
even think about it.
I wasn't going to.
Le problème c'est que je...
It's never been this quiet here.
Célérité. Ouais, j'aurais besoin d'être rapide. Non.
Don't even think about it.
Putain.
I wasn't going to.
Ouais, avec certains points de compétence, on pourrait... Dommage. Bon, j'ai pas besoin de me nourrir. Je sais qu'il y a ce qu'il faut. On va se balader. Alors, quand j'étais avec notre ami, j'ai peut-être pas trop poussé au rez-de-chaussée.
It's unfortunate, but I understand. You're not used to having kindred pay attention to you. But there's been a misunderstanding. You aren't of any importance to me whatsoever.
Oh,
I'm sorry if I led you to believe otherwise. That was not my intention. I'll be leaving now. Farewell, Feng.
I expected nothing less of you. Goodbye, Mr. Underwood.
Parce que... what the fuck Où j'ai... Enfin, c'est comme s'il était chez lui, dans son bureau, et que je voyais... quand Feng avait été le voir, et puis... Mais le premier réflexe que j'avais envie de dire, mais... Je lui ai pas demandé d'arrêter de causer avec... Il y a un petit bug, hein.
Underwood.
No, Lewis, I don't have time.
Bon, bah, moi,
Save your
ça,
clever remarks for another time.
Where are you running off to like that?
The Red Salon. Our prince seems to think the address has been compromised. I have to clean up before the humans get there.
That's why you're being such an asshole to everyone? You don't want us to be sad if you don't come back?
I'm trying to avoid another lawsuit. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Ouais, ça me va bien, pas voir un projet activité.
Do you think we have time to just laze around? You need to be fast and effective. Destroy anything we don't need. Keep what's important.
Ouais, ça c'est en train de détruire.
Yes, Miss Boston.
On va tout activer comme ça. Carte de visite. Point de...
All I'm hearing tonight is Lazarus do this, Lazarus do that.
This would go a lot faster if I wasn't being interrupted every 5 minutes. What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
On était passé par là, premier épisode. On va rechecker parce qu'il y a peut-être des choses à... Qu'est-ce qu'on veut? Prenez l'ascenseur du bureau d'April. Ça dure 2 secondes. Appartement du prince, ouais, faudra monter. Peut-être vu ça. Ah, ça fait longtemps qu'on l'a pas vu.
Emem, there you are. I've been looking for you for hours. Where have you been?
Ah, j'étais en balade.
Do I know you?
Ha, yeah.
Ah oui, c'est vrai, elle a perdu la mémoire.
Seriously, where have you been?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've ever met.
What the hell? What's the matter with you?
Shit. My little visit to the Warlocks. I think it left a mark. I'm sorry, I'm really confused.
Are you fucking kidding me? Emem, we've always been there for each other. You're my twin flame.
I don't remember.
What a fucking nightmare. What's going on? We were... Damn it. I'm sorry, I have to think.
Ok. Carte de visite, décidément. Vous des invités, ça me parle. Ah, c'était mis à jour. Pour ça, je préfère tout rechecker parce qu'en fonction des différents personnages et puis de l'histoire qui évolue. C'est pour ça que des fois, c'est à double tranchant. Ah, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Trouver quelle porte ouvre la clé ornée. Bah oui. Qu'est-ce que ça nous dit? Clé trouvée chez le prince. Ouais, c'est pour ça que les endroits qu'on a déjà visités, qu'on recheck, c'est toujours à double tranchant. J'essaie de checker s'il y a un message ou par rapport à un code. Voilà. Maudit annuel, ça me parle aussi.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
April Bosley. Prenez l'ascenseur du bureau d'April Bosley pour aller dans l'appartement du prince. Je suis au bon endroit.
I'd better hurry.
Ouais, je vais me dépêcher.
Had chosen flower to reign over all others. The rose would be queen.
Alors pour une fois n'est pas coutume, je tenais à souligner le progrès remarquable que Journée a fait au niveau de l'organisation de la soirée d'inauguration. Ouais, on s'en fout. Alors à tous, bien que l'arrivée des personnes les plus importantes sera sûrement tardive, tenez-vous prêts dès 21h. Ouais, c'est blabla de préparation. Rien d'extraordinaire. Agenda. On l'avait peut-être lu ça. Numéro de téléphone.
A direct route to the prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog. The swan's nest. I hope it's worth
merde. Bah, est-ce que je peux pas redescendre? Alors je comprends pas. C'est bizarre. Mon cher Dajan, vous savez l'importance que je donne à votre avis et la valeur encore plus grande que je porte à notre entente particulière. C'est au nom de cette dernière que je vous demanderai d'effectuer la tâche dont nous parlions hier, tâche vis-à-vis de laquelle vous vous êtes montré particulièrement réticent. J'entends vos objections, mais la chanterie représente dans l'immédiat notre meilleure option. Si je dis dans l'immédiat, c'est bien que je compte sur une évolution de la situation, évolution à laquelle vous ne serez pas étranger pour le bien de mes projets. Je ne peux vous révéler la teneur exacte, surtout par écrit, mais souvenez-vous que je sais très bien d'où vous venez et ce qu'ont traversé vos ancêtres. Je prends une carte de visite, décidément, les collections. C'est quoi hein?
Didn't know Hazel was into music.
BFDAC. Ça joue la musique, sympa. Joli. Confidentiellement, mon prince, j'ai transmis à Jason Moore votre volonté d'obtenir plus d'informations sur Underwood. Je sais pas si j'ai pas déjà lu des trucs de mon côté. J'ai pu noter un accroissement constant des contacts de M. Underwood avec des mortels tout autour du globe. Ah, c'est peut-être les rapports que je lui ai ramenés, c'est pour ça que ça me parle. Les appartements du prince.
I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
Alors, mon prince, mon voyage en Nouvelle-Zélande n'aura pas été vain, j'ai en effet pu apprendre beaucoup sur le passé de Tajana. Il est l'enfant d'une certaine Marie, si le nom ne vous dit rien, c'est normal, elle est plutôt quelconque, mais fait intéressant, elle a été en lien avec Chantry d'Hartford, c'est l'espèce de prêtre là envoyé par le Vatican, je crois, hein, parce que les noms j'ai un peu de mal, le type qu'on a rencontré à la fin de l'épisode précédent. En effet, peu après son étreinte non autorisée, elle a été condamnée à mort, sympa. C'est en les fuyant qu'elle a atterri en Louisiane, où elle a rencontré Siaka, elle l'a étreint au cours d'un rituel vaudou, ouais, mais il semble que Monsieur Siaka a été grandement impressionné et influencé par cette magie au cours de son existence. Il se trouve qu'il est revenu de Nouvelle-Angleterre pour régler ses comptes avec Hartford. De toute façon, tout le monde a envie de lui régler son compte à lui. Or, je crois que nous pourrions utiliser cela à notre propre avantage compte tenu des arrangements que nous entrevoyons. Nous pourrions par exemple intégrer à la cour de Boston, l'intégrer. En faire votre pantin ne devrait pas être compliqué, d'autant plus si nous lui promettons de régler son problème. Il pourrait ensuite être mis en lien avec la chanterie. Pourquoi pas devenir un agent dormant en son sein et bien y prendre des responsabilités en demeurant notre marionnette. Toutefois, si Deneb Osborne venait à découvrir ce que j'ai découvert, l'existence de Monsieur Siaka se verrait sans doute menacée. En cela, je vous laisse décider. Je pense néanmoins qu'il s'agit d'une opportunité en or. Il serait dommage de laisser passer. Je prévois de rester encore quelques jours sur place pour éclaircir certains points. Je vous fais parvenir ce message par un serviteur fiable.
I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
C'est le même truc puisqu'elle a l'impression qu'elle disait un truc à côté. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Un signe miniature. Ouais, ok. C'est comme la clé, hein, ils vont nous dire utiliser le signe miniature. Ah bah non, ça y est, c'est plus utiliser. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit, I had no idea.
C'est mieux que Galeb, hein.
I'm not really surprised.
Finalement, après les appartements qu'on a visités auparavant, c'est très modeste, hein. Bon, ça reste chouette quand même, hein. Je minimise pas, mais... Pas un truc caché là-dedans, hein. On dit qu'il y aura un accès caché là, de ce côté-là. Il n'y aurait pas un petit signe à mettre à côté du grand signe, inspecter là-bas. Ah, c'est sûr.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy.
Bah là, je peux te garantir. Poser le signe.
I get the feeling something's missing.
Quel pouvoir de déduction. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Clé en argent. Alors après la clé ornée, la clé en argent. Alors par contre j'ai pas vu de... Ah bah tiens.
There are faint marks on the wall.
Oh mais il y a quelque chose, hein. Utiliser la clé.
I wonder if...
Alors attends, il y a un truc à pousser. A, B, C... Papa, qu'est-ce que j'ai vu tout à l'heure? B, F, D, A, C. BF. BF, DAC. B. Oh merde. Comment je fais pour le réinitialiser ce truc? Ça va merder. Oh, c'est vraiment merdique pour un truc. On va recommencer. B. F. D. C.
That noise. Something moved.
Tada! Merde. Je lève le nez un peu, voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là?
Said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leysha were to find out.
Alors, Madame Ivor, je confirme que le cœur lourd, j'ai bien exécuté vos ordres la nuit dernière. Alcé n'est plus, ainsi vous redouterez certainement moins de nouveaux incidents. J'ai déjà pris les dispositions à l'Institut pour les chats, car je reste certain qu'elle va être choquée et qu'elle va décompenser. Si je comprends vos raisons, avec tout le respect que je vous dois, je souhaite vous avertir que la disparition d'Alcé n'entraînera pas nécessairement une plus grande disponibilité de Leysha pour avoir des visions. Je vais arguer un accident auprès de Leysha, et s'il faut en passer par là, je tenterai de manipuler ses souvenirs pour lui éviter le pire. Vous pourrez compter sur ma discrétion. Je ferai de même en retour. Je vous prie de bien vouloir croire, mon prince, en l'assurance de ma dévotion. Salutation. Quel FDP? Quelle bande de FDP, tout cela?
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Feng's embrace. Underwood. What a creep.
Alors, mon prince, j'ai entendu dire que vous redoutiez le départ de mon très cher sire Galeb. En effet, la disparition progressive des plus anciens d'entre nous est un sujet dont il faut nous soucier, d'autant plus quand elle concerne un élément aussi loyal, aussi précieux que Galeb, notre héros masculin. Je crois néanmoins disposer d'un moyen de le maintenir à votre disposition encore quelque temps. Il se trouve que mon sire s'est entiché d'une jeune femme pleine de promesses et il souhaite l'infanter comme rarement je l'ai vu souhaiter quelque chose. Pourquoi me direz-vous, pourquoi infanter à nouveau quand on possède déjà un enfant aussi accompli que moi? Donc c'est l'espèce de crevure hein, qu'on avait été voir et qu'on lui avait dit qu'on voulait surtout pas qu'il tourne autour d'elle, comme quoi on a eu raison d'aller le voir et de lui... Hein. Je n'oserais m'avancer sur le sujet et me contenterai de vous rejoindre sur le questionnement. Ainsi, cette Xu Feng, c'est ainsi que s'appelle l'objet de ses désirs, devrait vous être présenté très prochainement et formellement. Vous connaissez ce cher vieux Basori. Bien sûr, il n'accomplira l'étreinte que lorsque vous l'y autoriserez. C'est pourquoi je vous suggère d'utiliser une excuse vague comme la surpopulation de Boston, exemple pour temposer. Mais quel enfoiré, il lui donne même des idées. Il comprendra si Galeb possède une vertu, c'est celle de lui comprendre les princes, même quand ils prennent des décisions qui vont à son encontre. Demandez-lui du temps, repoussez au besoin, ignorez simplement ses demandes, il n'en sera que plus prompt à vous prouver sa valeur, à vous montrer son mérite. Pour ce conseil, je n'attends aucune forme de rétribution évidemment, ce simple fait de servir mon prince, mais quel lèche-cul, de remplir mon devoir en somme me suffit comme pélon, tu parles. Veuillez agréer mes salutations, BEREL Underwood, dit l'enfoiré de notre histoire.
And Hazel's got him on a short leash.
Pendant le règne de Quentin King, Galeb s'est toujours montré irréprochable. Accomplissant toutes les tâches qui lui étaient confiées sans sourciller, il est un instrument parfait pour les basses œuvres froides et efficaces. Je ne vous énumère pas le nombre de sang clair d'anarches dissidents qu'il a affrontés. Telle loyauté envers votre prédécesseur devrait pousser à conseiller de le mettre sur la touche, voire de le supprimer. Néanmoins, je vous enjoins à ne pas vous précipiter sur ce chemin, au contraire, maintenir Galeb au plus près de vous me semble la chose la plus judicieuse. En effet, sa loyauté n'étant pas dévolue à Quentin King, mais à la figure du prince. Galeb peut rapidement devenir l'un de vos meilleurs atouts. Ok, dernier dossier. C'est sur nous.
So Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics.
Alors,
what's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies?
Ah bah, c'est de la politique. En tant que prince de Boston, vous savez que je suis en recherche constante d'opportunités d'accroissement de mon domaine. Or, certains de mes conseillers viennent de me mentionner une occasion de renforcer notre mainmise sur la vue nocturne. J'aimerais que vous évaluiez l'acquisition de différents lieux. Il se trouve que ces lieux sont actuellement utilisés par Emem, moi-même, donc que vous connaissez peu, elle est des nôtres, mais je vous demande la plus grande discrétion. Putain. Eh ben ça valait le coup de le trouver ce... Hein? On va refermer tout ça là pour montrer que... Parler... Alors perso j'ai pas compris pourquoi la clé ils m'ont dit les tasses.
It's gonna be a long night.
Alors attends. Ah d'accord. Alors là c'est un truc que je comprends pas. Quand on a pris l'ascenseur, il n'y avait pas le point de non-retour. Or entre guillemets c'en était un parce qu'on pouvait pas revenir en arrière et c'est pour ça que la possibilité de la clé a disparu. C'est mal branlé un truc. C'est vraiment dommage. Hein.
First, the anarchs.
Voilà.
But I have to find them first.
Ça c'est vraiment des trucs couillons hein. Et c'est un défaut assez rémanent hein. Malheureusement c'est con hein, parce que vous auriez pu découvrir l'un des secrets de Sir Hilda McAndrew peut-être avec cette clé ou en tout cas en fouillant les autres pièces. Alors c'est assez marrant parce qu'avec l'autre personnage il m'est arrivé la même chose mais différemment. Là j'ai essayé d'aller dans les endroits que j'avais pas été et puis bah je me suis retrouvé pareil. Bon. Ouais, c'est pas grave hein. Alors, petit résumé de nos succès quand même, vous avez décidé d'enquêter sur le prince, on a bien fait, vous avez découvert les secrets les plus protégés du prince, on a débloqué un bonus et on a vu ce qu'on aurait pu découvrir. Ah, notre troisième héroïne. Alors je vais pas dire ma préférée parce que globalement je les aime bien tous mais c'est vrai que j'ai un petit faible pour elle notamment avec sa fille qui est très craquante. On a 145 points d'expérience à ventiler, ça c'est pas mal. J'avoue mon pouvoir de déduction m'a pas mal aidé. Je en mettrai bien un. Après ah, c'est pas... C'est ses visions. C'est des seringues, j'avais pas bien fait gaffe au début. Oh là.
Halsey?
Yes, Mom.
I'm here.
Ok, rejoignez notre petite. On va quand même choper ce qu'on peut. Photo Polaroid. Il y a un bottin. Hein. Enfin, plutôt une sacoche. On peut ouvrir mais il n'y a rien dedans. C'est pas grave. Où est-ce qu'on est hein? Puis on a une marque sur le fond.
Hey, Pumpkin. What are you looking at? The picture. It's scary.
Come now.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to be afraid of a couple paintings now, are you?
No, but...
Yes, I know. It's Richard. He was angry, but he wasn't angry with you. You know...
I don't think he is. He doesn't like me following you around.
Yes, but it's because he worries you'll get hurt. Pumpkin, there are much more serious things going on right now.
Those people who put us into boxes. And who hurt you.
Yes, them. But don't be scared. Mommy's here.
I know.
I won't let anyone hurt you. Ever.
Tiens.
There you are.
Ciao, on a sauvé.
But what on earth is that mark?
I ran into an experienced inquisitor. I was caught off guard.
Not a dangerous mission, was it? You brought back a souvenir.
I'm still in one piece. That's all that matters. Where have you been? I've been looking for you since I got back, but...
The prince hasn't given me a moment's rest since I returned.
I won't hide the fact that I was happy that you were the one to... well...
That I informed them about the Second Inquisition. Yes, I can imagine.
Everyone's petrified. I can sense it.
Hazel lost it when she found out. I had a hard time convincing her I was telling the truth.
I admit that even I...
She's going to ask for your help, I'm sure of it. She didn't follow your treatment protocol. Usually, I give you your treatment when you awaken. You're not stable, Leysha.
Enough with that already.
You failed miserably with the mission the prince gave you. That's proof of it.
What do you mean?
You didn't have a firm grasp of the risks.
How could I have guessed that?
And to top it off, you didn't bring anyone back to the prince. You'll become more and more overwhelmed by your visions and your hallucinations. All this because she's afraid. Hazel has become dependent on you.
Don't you think you're blowing things a bit out of proportion? Dependent on me?
On your visions, of course. Don't you understand? She didn't bring them up?
She did mention them in passing.
She needs your premonitions to help her anticipate the future, to try to influence the course of events.
She would like to, you mean?
What do you mean by that?
They're strange images.
You mean to say they're symbolic?
That's it, symbolic, I guess. But it's hard to say what they could mean.
That's why I don't think it's a good idea to encourage Hazel to think she can rely on your visions to serve her own ambitions. Here's a dose of your treatment. Take it immediately.
This will rid me of my premonitions, is that it?
I don't have time to break this to you gently. I have to go straight to the point.
What are you talking about?
Leysha, Halsey isn't real.
What?
It's not true, is it?
You're the only one who sees her.
No.
Our family has a gift for seeing things.
No, Halsey is my daughter.
In your mind. It's always difficult to pull you away from her. That's why I try to treat you as soon as you awaken to keep Halsey from reappearing.
He's lying, Mom! He hates me!
You're either lying or you're wrong. I don't know which, but it's not true.
Leysha.
But Hazel sees her.
When your hallucinations increase, your premonitions do too. They become more specific and more reliable. And that's what the prince wants. But you grow increasingly catatonic. Halsey starts to take over.
No! I don't want you to leave me!
Enough! Shut up, both of you!
It's just you and me, Leysha.
Oh, no.
He's a liar! It's not true!
I regret having to inflict this terrible shock on you.
each and every time.
Every time?
Leysha, the prince wants to see you. Immediately.
Yes, of course. Just a minute.
I'm not supposed to be here. I should have left for the Red Salon already.
Why? No, you can't just leave like that. I have too many questions.
Hazel doesn't like to wait.
We'll have time. Go now. Obey the prince, Leysha. Stay where it's safe, and above all, drink.
There. I'm coming.
Leysha, I wanted to thank both of you for...
The prince sees me. See, Mom?
On voit
Richard's
pas
a
du tout le
liar.
prince maintenant de la même manière.
Are you all right, Leysha? You seem...
Quit pretending.
Come now, Leysha. What's wrong?
You've been pretending to see Halsey since the very beginning. Why did you lie to me?
Lie to you? I didn't lie to you. Halsey is part of you, and I accept you just the way you are. That's all.
Intimidation, bon, on peut pas l'intimider. C'est dans son intérêt, le prince est au-dessus de ça. Je veux savoir, je vais lui faire confiance. La confiance. Bon, forcément, notre personnage n'a pas les infos qu'on vient d'avoir avec le personnage précédent. On va faire, je veux savoir.
Oh, I see.
You are the only one I trust. Tell me, why would I play games with you?
That's exactly the question I'm asking you.
It's more complicated than it seems. Halsey has made you better. And in my opinion, she's good for you.
I don't know about that, but I don't like feeling like I'm being toyed with.
Nobody is toying with you. It's quite the contrary. We all need you. Now, more than ever before. You need to help us.
Fuck. De toute façon, je crois qu'on n'aura pas le choix d'accepter, mais...
After all that I've just learned, something tells me you're going to want me to have a premonition.
Yes, I need to know if I made the right decisions. It's essential.
Nothing I see in my visions is certain. Richard sees this clearly.
Certain?
You think that I know the future, but nothing I see is 100% certain.
Richard doesn't know anything about it. You've been right in the past. He's trying to hold you back. He's afraid of your powers, and you don't even realize it.
Mom?
It's not as simple as that. I don't choose when they happen.
Mom! Mom, listen to me.
Yes, sweetie. What is it?
There's no point. The swan will lose its head in 2 days. I just saw it. We know, Mom.
What's going on? Leysha, is Halsey speaking to you? What is she saying?
Lui donner la vision d'Asley, qu'on en finisse. Elle va crever, c'est évident, j'adore. Ouais.
Halsey sees a swan.
Comme on sait pas trop à quoi ça
It'll lose its head
correspond,
in 2 days.
parce que c'est elle le signe.
But that could mean a lot of things.
Ah oui.
It's not very clear, you mean?
Bah,
Nothing's ever certain, and...
Of course. There's got to be a way to shuffle things. There must. Not after everything I've done. I won't believe it.
Hazel,
Please leave. I need to think.
ah bah, réfléchis avec ça. Hein. Bon, c'était sympa, on a dit ce que la vision... Ce que la petite fille a... dit avoir vu.
Damn it. I don't know who to believe anymore.
C'est compliqué, hein.
Richard or Hazel.
Please, Mom. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
J'espère qu'ils vont pas... Oh là là. Prendre le traitement, non, je garde.
So, we're inseparable? Like 2 peas in a pod?
Yes. Like 2 peas in a pod, sweetie.
Patient difficile.
Mom? What's wrong?
Alors, la suite. Hein. Porte rouge de Call of. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a derrière? C'est là on était enfermé.
Mom?
Yes, I'm fine. It's all right. It's just, I need to talk to Richard, Pumpkin.
Again? No, we're happy together.
It's not just you. The hallway, my memory. He has to explain this. I want to understand.
All right, as long as we're together.
Va falloir lui dire qu'on n'a pas bu sa mixture. Hein. As-tu peur à présent? Tu devrais. Fin de la 5e scène. Donc, dans cette scène, un petit peu comme la première, on a joué nos 3 héros. Tiens, c'est marrant, alternatif, ils ont pas dit qu'on aurait pu boire le truc. Hein. Alors, patient difficile, moins 30 au prochain coup en expérience pour n'importe quelle connaissance. Vous avez choisi d'écouter le prince et rester avec Elsie. Ouais, alors je l'ai pas tant bien fait par rapport au prince, hein. Je l'ai plutôt fait par rapport aux relations que j'ai avec elle, même si c'est très obscur. Bon bah hâte de voir ce que nous réserve le prochain épisode, sachant que là on va très certainement resplitter nos différents personnages, sachant qu'il va y avoir une attaque, une mission de diversion, et puis notre héroïne là qui va aller voir son médecin pour essayer d'avoir quelques explications sur ses visions.